Hello again. This is Lorene with Sacred-by-Design, and I am an experienced interior designer, which I try to share all of my experience and knowledge that I've gained over 20 years of doing interior design work, mostly kitchens and bathrooms. We are still in this series working on talking more about kitchen remodels, kitchen designs, and budgets. So this video is about kitchens over $50,000. If you have questions about where I'm getting my budgeting information or how we figure these things out, please watch the beginning of the series where I explain a lot of that. So today, pretty much everything else falls over $50,000 in the kitchen budget category. And at that point, your budget, your specific budget, is going to be determined by a number of things. Once we start reaching over $50,000 in a kitchen, we are typically talking about very high-end appliances and cabinets and countertops. And I talk more about budgeting for those in some of the earlier videos. It also means much larger kitchens that are more than 10 by 10. At this point, we're reaching 12 feet or larger in either direction or both directions. An island most typically is going to be included in that. High-end appliances, new appliances, gas, or dual fuel, depending on your location and your preference, or your new convection and the some of the newer technology that we have out for our cooking and kitchen appliances, in cabinet drawer appliances, those types of things. Also, it will typically mean in a remodel that you are relocating or adding new electrical, updating electrical, which means cutting into walls and ceilings. You are relocating appliances or plumbing, moving a refrigerator line, moving a stove, adding a gas line, adding water lines, relocating your sink. Those types of things will also start to push you into that over $50,000 category. And it's not just about the subcontractors that do the work. At that point, you're cutting into walls and floors. There's a lot of repair work, a lot of drywall. And once you start to hit drywall, then you're repainting the entire space, not just a spot. And I talk some about that in the other videos also. Any wall that you touch that needs to be retextured and painted means that entire wall needs to be repainted. Otherwise, you end up with what they call paint flash. So just as a little side note on that. The other things are going to be larger cabinets, pantries, butler pantries. Sorry, looking for words today. And those are all things that are going to start to push your budget over $50,000. Now, in the next video, I am going to be talking about other ways to help your budget and what to look for that will shoot your expense up. But in this one, we want to talk about what do you want to think about? What do you want to include? If you're increasing your budget over $50,000, you're relocating appliances, buying all new appliances, you have a very large space that maybe you want to rearrange so that it's more usable. Islands are a great way. Peninsula is a cabinet bank or a row of cabinets that come out from a wall that almost looks like an island, but it's not detached. Now, the upside of that is it works in smaller kitchens. The downside of that is that you can only walk around it on one side, whereas with an island, you can walk around both sides. Creates easier access, more flow in your kitchen. It's a very nice decorative place that you can really add some oomph in the design to make it a standout piece, whether that's by the countertop or how you design the cabinetry, or and that's when a designer really comes in handy to add those finishing touches, those really unique like pop in a kitchen. An island is a really great opportunity for that, as well as your centerpiece range wall, which is also another great place to add pop, design elements, custom hoods if you're not going to go with stainless steel. Even some of your stainless steel or metal, copper looking, there's all kinds of fun, unique ways to play with that. These are the things that will start to add cost. And so you want to keep in mind like a baseline budget that's going to get you what you need in a kitchen, and then how much over that do you have to play with to add some of those decorative touches or those oomphs into your kitchen once you start hitting to those higher end budgets. And if you are still limited and you're trying to keep it under the $100,000 mark, then there's going to be some decisions to make. Can you move a window, or should you? Are you going to relocate your sink or just your range? Those are some of the decisions that you might need to decide on. Or if you're going to for sure relocate everything, you really want to get the layout just perfect, which should always be a top priority in a kitchen design, because the layout really makes or breaks how you can use your kitchen over time. That's what will make you happy every day when you walk in. And so once you've decided that, and then you want to decide on a focal point. Too oftentimes I see people want to make everything the focal point. They want to make the island the focal, and they want to make the range the focal, and they want to make a window the focal point. Too many competing focal points can get a little busy, and then you detract. So there's nothing wrong with doing both. Just be aware that you want to take into consideration at what point does creating a focal point over here take away from the focal point over there. And those are all items that your kitchen designer should be able to help you with and help you decide on it, and explain to you what effect the color change options, the size change options, the decorative options that you might or might not want to add, and how that will affect the overall concept that you're walking into. Because at this point, we're talking a lot about concept, the overall feel of, well, everything is a feeling thing when you walk into your kitchen, but the overall glamour or upgrade, however you want to word that, to your kitchen, a lot of that's going to be in the larger design details that you can add once you start getting into a budget over $50,000. I have done plenty of kitchen remodels over $100,000. There's a lot of fun, a lot of play in that, but everybody is always concerned about money. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about the things that cost more versus can stay into a better budget, a line item, or a normal, what we might consider a normal or medium budget line item. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in the next video. So please, I hope you enjoyed this. The over $50,000 category is very large and wide. There's a lot of fun, a lot of play you can have. I'm super excited if you get to do this. Not everybody has that option. And so we want to make sure that you get everything you want and that you're super happy with the money that you're spending. So please talk to your professionals, your contractors, make sure you have everything. And please, please, please always make sure in every budget that you allow 10 to 20% of overages, because it's going to happen. That's just the way it works. No matter how tightly we budget, how many things we figure out at the beginning, there's always overages. I have yet to do a project, whether new construction or remodeling, where we didn't run into something that that required that we go over the budget that was originally anticipated. So hopefully you can mitigate some of that. And we'll talk about some of those things too. The more you figure out before you walk in the door to start, the better and closer you will be to your budget line items. So that's where a designer really comes in handy, working with your contractor to make sure everybody's on the same page as to what's happening and what's going in, and it's all very detailed. So electrical plans, plumbing plans, appliance layouts, cabinet layouts, elevations, all of those things, so everybody's on the same page. So I'm getting a little long-winded here. Congratulations, have fun, enjoy the process, and we will talk in the next video about what affects your budget and what to keep an eye out for. Okay, thanks. Hope you're having a blessed day.